All right, brothers. Today we have a veteran rebooter with us, Nicolaj, all the way from Denmark, right?
Yes,
If I'm
correct.
correct. All right, fantastic. So, Nicolaj, for those who are watching this, why don't you just go ahead real quick and introduce yourself, share your age, and what you actually do, like whether you're in school or working full time. Who is Nicolaj?
I am Nicolaj. I'm
Yeah.
32 years old, and I'm from Denmark. And I work currently as a caretaker for handicapped and brain damaged people at an establishment where they live a better life, and I help them live a better life.
All
That's my
right. Fantastic. And I know you've had an interesting schedule because of that, because you're helping these individuals, and that's really good work. What is it that made you want to partner with me and the Reboot Intensive? How did you come across us? I know you've been with us for quite a while, over
Mhm.
a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have quite the journey. I uh, I started with NoFap, and
Mm,
I got it through a kind of an app. I can't remember it now, but
mm,
it was an app you download on iPhone,
mm,
and there was a kind of a community.
mm.
You kind of count days, and I got up
Yeah.
to 85 days, and then
How
I
many days again?
85 days
85 days. Okay.
with the app,
Yeah.
uh, and then I stopped with the app and watch YouTube and search
Okay.
NoFap, and then like after a couple of months maybe I found you, and
Mm,
it's just like an eye opening for me. That was
mm.
just like, holy macro, this man is talking just my language, you know.
uh,
And I was really blown over, and so I found you, and I watched some clips, and I
mhm.
started with the free content,
Okay.
and then
Excellent.
yeah, the took over from there, you know.
Okay, okay.
Took
And you watch the free content. What is it that made you make the decision to actually join the paid program?
Well, I uh, I couldn't do it on my own.
Okay,
I couldn't do it on my own.
all right.
So yeah,
Pretty direct about that.
yeah.
Did you get to a point where you realized that?
Um, oh man, that's so out of my paradigm now. But
Mm,
yeah, I did. I found I found many triggers in the real life,
mm,
and I had a few. The community I was part of was just as bad as me because we had no system. You know,
mm,
you talked about system on the YouTube,
mm,
and
mm,
through the free course,
mm,
and I just kind of was at a point in my life where I had enough. Uh, this is something that got to be issued and talked about,
mm.
because if I don't, my life will just not get any better, and
Yeah,
I'm an adult, you
yeah.
know, more or less.
Yes. Well, is the program what you expected once you joined it?
Um, oof, that's a hard question. I mean, I
Mm,
had expectations getting into it, but
mm,
if any, it surpassed my expectations,
mm,
because it was hard work, you know. But it just went so deep, uh, so much more knowledge than I expected it to work
mm,
and to be.
mm,
I'm very grateful for the depth of the program, and it definitely surpassed my expectations. Being there, they were very low, and my expectations was
mm,
just to get rid of this addiction or compulsive
mm,
disorder. You know.
mm. So, with that being said, I know you've been on this journey for a few years. You've been with us for over a year. And you all have to excuse Nikolai. He was gracious enough to grant us this interview. He has a little bit of tonsillitis
Yeah.
today, so he's not 100%. But what are some of the goals that you feel that you've accomplished over the past year coming through the program? Because right now, I know you've gone from just living your life to kind of leveling up spiritually, consciously in your life. I know there's been a lot that's going on. And when
Yeah.
guys go from just struggling with this to focusing on the things that are happening in them internally,
Mm.
then we know that they are evolving in their growth. So, what are some of the goals that you feel you've accomplished over the past year being in the program?
I mean, I've become more disciplined. Definitely.
Mm, mm,
Uh, that's a big big step of the program. I think you talk about this a lot, like learned helplessness, uh,
Mm-hmm.
being addicted, and my former self, like I was the victim mentality, and like had learned helplessness, so I couldn't take responsibility and
Mm.
become a much more responsible man was part of me going through this journey,
Mm.
during the course it takes, and knowing that it will help me made me step up to the plate, uh,
Mm.
and being responsible, and also be more aware
Mm.
uh, just of my behavior,
Mm.
uh, because before I had no awareness. It was
Mm.
just going on a unconscious program
Mm.
that's so big. Um,
Okay. So your awareness definitely improved and discipline. Did any other areas of your life improve? Relationships, career?
um, Definitely a more happy man, on a more
Mm.
consistent basis. I
Yeah.
show more joy, show
Yeah.
more gratitude. I'm not so like up and down in my mood.
Uh-huh.
Much more free from,
Consistent.
yeah, consistent. And
Okay. Okay.
before, quite the opposite.
Okay. All right.
You know? Still journey.
And still on the journey, of course. And you've been with us for a year. What would you say to any man who was kind of in the position where you were a year ago, feeling
Mhm.
like a victim and
Mhm.
maybe not feeling too confident in their ability to do it with somebody's help? So they're like, man, I've been struggling for so long. I've tried NoFap, I've tried semen retention, I've tried this and this, nothing's working. How do
Yeah.
I know that this whole reboot intensive, this system
Mm.
works? What do you have to say to men who are sitting on the fence?
Mm, I mean, just take the chance. Um, if you can't do it on your own, then this is the right for you. The right path.
Mm,
Uh, it's just the small steps. You
mm,
know, um, you don't know what's on the other side, but what's better here right now.
mm.
Nothing. For me, that was more or less living hell. Because it was a cycle.
Mm.
Uh, so everything is green on the other side, and it gets greener with reboot intensive.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What would you say, Nicolaj, if someone asked you, hey man, could you describe your experience with the porn reboot system over the year in one word? What would that one word be?
Hmm. One word.
Hmm.
Sounds kind of cliche, but I would say maybe intensive.
Intensive. Okay. Why
Yeah,
why do you say intensive?
it was fucking intensive. Sorry, oh,
Yeah,
cursed.
yeah, no, no, no. You can curse. I curse all the time. It's okay. You curse.
Okay.
Be
Yeah,
you.
okay. It's well, I mean, it's because you have to like put your ego aside and really go through the program and do what's best for you. And you learn
Mm,
that by falling and getting up, falling and
mm,
getting up.
mm,
And it's a lifestyle change. You think it's a small change, but it's in reality a humongous change.
mm.
So it's intensive.
Okay, okay. Intensive is the word. There are a lot of guys who are going to be watching this and listening to this.
Yeah.
So just not even as a guy who's been through the intensive, just as a guy who's really wanted to end this behavior in his life,
Mm.
what would you as a man, just any last words you will say to other men? It doesn't even have to be about the intensive or promoting this. Just what do you have to say to other guys since you've been through this journey for a year? Any last words, last thoughts?
For guys who want to change,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, just for the guys, just something you've learned, something you want to share from your heart since you've been on this journey. And many men have not reached the level that you've reached.
mm, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like you have to be aware. You know,
Mm,
you are your ongoing program.
mm,
You know, it's like a daily program that goes through your mind,
mm,
and maybe it's small things you think it's
mm,
not matter.
mm,
It's I really think of I'm gonna say like I a thing that I did was like watching a girl nude photos before
mm.
bed often and
Yeah.
be like, I will have this girl one day, and essentially
Mm.
I program my mind to objectify girls.
Ah, okay.
So I just
Mm.
thought of that. but I mean, you have to be aware of your thoughts, and if
Mm,
you're not aware, it will, I mean, more or less destroy you, because it's a endless cycle.
mm,
You won't get satisfied of something that won't satisfy you.
mm.
I think you said that at a time.
Yeah. So
Oh,
basically, you're just saying like what you would like to share with the guys, just so I understand it correctly, is that it's very important to stay aware. And an
yeah,
example you gave was that in the past, before bed, you would look at nude photos of women and like, okay, that's the kind of woman I want to be with. And then you
yeah,
didn't realize that what you were programming your brain to do was just to keep objectifying women. And that was one of the examples for you, huh?
yeah, yeah. So big.
Okay. Yeah,
And that,
definitely. I think what I will add to that is that when it comes to self-awareness is that sometimes I think men focus so much on willpower,
mhm,
counting days, the superpowers they're going to gain, but they
yes,
don't focus on the very little things, which is like what Nikolai said. What am I doing before bed? Why am I viewing pornography? What is the impact on my life on a deeper level? And
yes,
until you actually realize how this is changing your life, it
mm,
becomes very difficult to find a long-term reason to end this behavior.
yeah.
You know?
It's
Yeah. So, Nikolai, I do appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your experience. I have a feeling we're going to be interviewing you again because I know you're still on this journey and we caught you at a time where you're a little bit sick. But thank you so much, man. And we'll be in touch. I'll see you in the group.
yeah. Right back at you. Namaste.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.